After the rape, the survivor felt like their life was shattered. They felt ashamed, guilty, angry, and hopeless. They blamed themselves for what happened and wondered if they could have done something to prevent it. They felt like they had lost control over their own body and their own destiny. The survivor isolated themselves from their friends and family. They didn't want to talk about what happened or how they felt. They feared that people would judge them, pity them, or blame them. They felt like they didn't belong anywhere and that no one could understand their pain. The survivor also suffered from depression. They had trouble sleeping, eating, and concentrating. They lost interest in the things they used to enjoy. They felt worthless and hopeless. They had thoughts of suicide and self-harm. They felt like they had no future and no purpose. The survivor's depression and isolation affected every aspect of their life. They struggled with their work, their studies, their relationships, and their health. They felt like they were trapped in a dark hole and that there was no way out. One day, as she was walking home from work, she noticed a door that caught her eye. It was a bright yellow door with colorful stickers and drawings on it. She felt curious and decided to take a closer look. To her surprise, she saw that the door was covered with positive messages and affirmations written by a stranger. Some of them said, "You are beautiful and worthy of love. You are stronger than you think. You are not alone. You have the power to heal and grow. You deserve happiness and peace." She felt a warm sensation in her chest as she read the words. She felt like someone cared about her and understood her pain. She felt like someone was cheering her on and encouraging her to keep going. She felt like someone was giving her hope. She took out her phone and snapped a picture of the door. She decided to make it her wallpaper so she could see it every day. She also wrote a note on a sticky pad and stuck it on the door. It said, "Thank you for this gift. You made my day." She smiled and walked away, feeling lighter and happier than she had in a long time. The next day, she passed by the door again and saw that there were more notes on it. Some of them were from other people who had seen the door and felt inspired by it. Some of them were from the person who had written the original messages. They said, "You're welcome. I'm glad you liked it. I'm proud of you for surviving and thriving. I'm here for you if you ever need to talk. I'm sending you love and healing vibes. You are amazing and brave." She felt a connection with these strangers who had shared their stories and feelings with her. She felt like she was part of a community of survivors who supported each other. She felt like she had found a friend in the person who had created the door. She wrote another note and stuck it on the door. It said, "Thank you for being my friend. You changed my life." At first, she ignored the messages on the door. She thought they were just pity notes from strangers who didn't really care about her. She felt angry and bitter that someone would invade her privacy and try to make her feel better with words. But as the days went by, she started to notice that the messages were not all the same. Some were quotes from famous people, some were jokes, some were personal stories, some were compliments, some were questions. She realized that whoever was writing them was putting a lot of thought and effort into them. She became curious about the person behind the messages. She wondered why they cared so much about her. She wondered if they had gone through something similar. She wondered if they were lonely too. She decided to read one message every day. She would open the door, take a picture of the message, and close the door again. She would then read the message on her phone and think about it for a while. She found that the messages made her feel something. Sometimes they made her laugh, sometimes they made her cry, sometimes they made her angry, sometimes they made her hopeful. But they always made her feel something. She started to look forward to reading the messages every day. They gave her a reason to get out of bed and face the world. They gave her a glimpse of another perspective and another life. They gave her a sense of connection and support. She felt inspired by the messages. She felt that someone believed in her and wanted her to heal. She felt that someone understood her and accepted her. She felt that someone cared for her and loved her. She decided to write back to the person behind the messages. She wrote a thank you note on a piece of paper and taped it to the door. She hoped that they would see it and know how much their messages meant to her. After months of feeling depressed and isolated, the survivor decided to take a small step towards healing.